This is All in Danger. I am your technical trader. Today I'm going to look over the market. First things first, let's take a look at the SPY. So, like you can see, a couple of weeks ago I posted the best short setup ever, right? It's a really strong title, and I mean it. So, by taking a look at the SPY, I'm going to show you what I was looking at back then. So the best trade setups that I do ever are the ones that are combinations of setups, basically. There are smaller setups combined to become bigger setups. So now we are coming into this really strong level up here at 443. If you don't remember how I got it, it's a full Fibonacci extension, like this. Okay, that's one. Also, we're having something that we call a time count come in on the monthly chart of SPY. Time count means that there are 7 of the same color candle in the row, right? As of now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7 will be coming in next month. So a combination of this 7th candle into this really strong fib level is telling me that we have a great short setup, right? So let's say that we are coming into this level, we do see a bigger candle like we normally do at the end of a time count, and this becomes the top. This top sells off and starts a bigger sell-off. The bigger sell-off comes in here when we're looking at the daily chart, and we can see this rising wedge pattern. So if we do see a sell-off start up here, and we see a break of these lows, we see lower lows in this chart, this entire market will collapse. When I say collapse, I don't mean fall forever, but I mean there's going to be a really strong, fast move to the downside. My first target for that downside move is going to be here at the 383 level. Second target will be close or as close to the pre-COVID highs. Actually, this red candle is all wrong. Here, to pre-COVID highs, which is about 340, should be the second target for my shorts. I am already short, but I'm looking to add if we make it up here before we fall. Let's take a look at the IWM. We had a time cycle hit the IWM, which means that these cycles keep repeating themselves, and it's time for this chart to start selling off. It happened on this red candle right here. I can teach you time cycles. They'll be available in a later video. For now, we're just gonna have to trust me. They tell us when sell-offs start, which I had here. Different traders have had different dates, but we're all in general in this area. If you saw my tweet this morning, I'm looking for this bottom to break. The strongest level we have here is all the way down here at 207. I do believe that we will see a confirmed down move if we break this 209 level, simply because it's the first sign of weakness from this consolidation if that happens. We do have this uptrend. It's not a clean uptrend, but it is an uptrend that has been broken down and is now back tested with an engulfing candle, right? So if this does not break tomorrow, we keep going down, then that could be a sign to add a short or start a short in the IWM, which are the Russell 2000, which is a lot of the different smaller stocks in the stock market. Last week, we called that this topping tail, and I gave you guys a short setup here with a stop above in the Qs. Like you can see now, we could have had some sort of a profit, but that sell-off did not last long, and we're now battling the highs again. Interesting how the stock market works. The 10-year yield, we look at this simply because the stock market has had a tendency to go up every time this goes down and go down every time this goes up. That was back here. Now, for some reason, this market has decided that the opposite is what they would like to do. So we have just switched. The Qs used to have a tendency to follow this extremely well, simply because the Qs represent the at risk stocks, stocks that have a lot of potential, but if an economy were to go down into a bear market and potentially a recession, then these would be the stocks that would be hurt the most because they're higher risk. The VIX is the volatility index. So this goes up if we see panic selling in the market, usually volume. High volume follows selling, right? So I do expect this to bounce simply because every time we have been down here, we see some sort of a bounce. This was the COVID bounce. These spikes tend to be high. We can play the volatility index by either buying the VXX index or other ETFs like it. I like the VXX. I hold VXX with targets of 180 right now. So I do expect this sell-off to bring in quite a lot of volume. Next, I'd like to keep an eye on gold. If gold rallies, it's usually a sign that people are again buying safe havens to get away from the stock market. As of right now, we're just consolidating on here. I do expect a move if we break this high to come up here for a small consolidation and then some higher highs later this year. But for now, we're just in a wait and see moment. Here, I do keep an eye on the Shanghai exchange simply because Garrett Soloway is expecting money to flow out of the American market and into the Chinese markets. And the pattern that we're seeing on the Shanghai exchange is shockingly similar to what Bitcoin looked like before its rally. Look at this. This is what we're seeing, and this is what Bitcoin looked like, right? Bitcoin, Shanghai exchange, shockingly similar. So it's worth keeping an eye on. Now when this collapses, if we see this start breaking these levels, I would start getting heavily into the different stocks in the Shanghai exchange. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. We just put in a bottoming tail, or not a bottoming tail, a engulfing bottoming signal in the Bitcoin chart. And the same thing is going on all over the cryptocurrency market. So it is a strong sign that this market looks to be saved. We are, however, not out of the waters yet. We are ranging at the bottom part of this larger range. I'm looking for us to come back up here and test the 36,000 levels, right? If we can claim those, I believe that we will see a spike up. First off, I think we could get to $50,000. If we see break through that like a knife through butter, I think we'll see new highs. However, I will get super nervous and I will be watching these price levels really close. Now let's take a look at XRP, my favorite cryptocurrency. I'm looking for XRP to reclaim above 60 cents. If we can maintain above 60 cents, I will feel a lot better about this being the bottom. And we should see a larger move to the upside happen within the next couple of weeks. Like I was talking about yesterday in my XRP analysis, if we don't see a break up here, then we might come down and test some of these lows. Ultimately, if this is not the bottom, next place of support will be between the 46 cents and the 40 cents, which is a lot lower from here. But as of now, this to me is looking pretty good. I do expect it to come up here, consolidate under the 80-cent level before breaking up. Hopefully just one big green candle, but like history shows us, it'll probably be tedious. All in all, the big picture is still looking good. This is the total altcoin market cap, right? So still, this is also following the market. So it broke its downtrend, and I do need to see it get above this previous high for me to feel better about this. Other than that, it's still looking like an early sign of a reversal. Um, like I said, it's an early sign, so I'm still not 100% convinced, but it is giving me hope. For tomorrow, I'll be keeping an eye on SPY and see if it can break this high, and we'll see what kind of reaction we can get out of this level. I mean, I've been waiting for this level for a long time, and it's finally getting here. I've been receiving a lot of negativity. Nobody was going to believe that it's going to go that high. I mean, all the experts were telling us that it was going to crash before that. As of now, this is where I think we're going to have some sort of bigger pullback, but I will not know before we see it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want more of this content.